I want to tell you a story about a man I once knew. His name was Fred. And I knew him, for quite a few years. And he always helped me find good video games. I'd say, "Hey Fred, what's the news in video games today?" And he'd say, "The Witcher 3 is out." And I'd say, "Oh, that's good to know." One year, we went out to the Grand Canyon because we had played a video game that had the Grand Canyon in it. And Fred was admiring the graphics, as he called reality. And I say, "What's the good news, Fred?" And he said, "This place has some good normal mapping on it." And way down below, we heard a donkey going, "Meow, meow." And Fred looks down and he says, "Hey, Mr. Catman, they got donkey rides around here. Want to ride a donkey?" And I said, "Sure, Fred. You know what we could do? We could do ride one donkey, and I can stand on the back of it, and it'll be like a Mario Kart Double Dash." And Fred said, "That's a good idea, Mr. Catman." So I walk away from the edge of the Grand Canyon, and Fred's about to do it. But because he really loves video games, and video games were his life, he liked to build in glitches to himself. So before he could walk backwards, he had to walk forwards, because it was a movement glitch where sometimes if you hit backwards, you'd go forwards because of the animation. And he fell right off the edge of the Grand Canyon. And he fell all the way down, hitting the rocks, smashed through the donkey. The donkey was okay, though. And he landed at the bottom. And I run down the stairs to the bottom of the Grand Canyon. And Fred's down there, because he was really hurt. And he's going, "Ah, ah, ah," and he's got blood everywhere. I say, Fred, how are we going to get you out of here?" And he looks at me and he says, "Catman, Mr. Catman, before I die, I need you to do something." And I said, "Yeah, what do you need, Fred?" And he said, "Buy Skyrim." And then he died. And ever since that day, I've bought Skyrim every single day of the year. I have over 1,000 copies of Skyrim. And if you want to remember Fred's memory, you're going to buy 1,000 copies of Skyrim as well. And if you don't, you're going to have to deal with me.